It has not yet started. Good morning to all of you, my dear children. I'm addressing you as children because all of you are still children. Maybe you read in colleges or universities, but you don't think that not you are not yet grown up. But you all are grown up children. But you, the teachers, the students are always children, isn't it? Now, in this class, like I told you, as some of them are new to the class, naturally it is very important for me to introduce the topic. And the topic was from 1600 to pre-1813. What happened during this period? We are going to know about the birth of English language and birth of English language. If you look at the birth of English language, then I have to go to Old English period. I am talking about the time when Indian English began to be used in India. And it began to be used in India during the period 1600 to 1830. Is that clear? Have I been able to make your doubt very clear?
Yes, sir.
If you have questions, you feel free to ask me. I am telling you. Okay. Now, what happened? I have told you, like I have told you, on 31st December 1600, a group of traders from England decided to do business in India. That group of people formed a company called East India Company because they were coming to the east. And where are they coming from? They are coming from the west. That is UK, United Kingdom. Do you know? Can any one of you tell me what is the full form of UK? United Kingdom. It means it is composed of England, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England is made up of how many territories? How many? Scotland, Northern Ireland, England, and Wales. Okay, this place. If I tell you about old English period, it will not be bad because you need to know that also. When and how English language was born in UK also. Even the people in UK was not familiar with English language. Though English language, we think the English language is being spoken all over the world now, and the English who speak it now in England, they also got it from some other people. Germans entered their country first. Some, what is that called? German, in India we have Dravidians, okay, Santhals. What are these people? Tribes. Some tribes from Germany entered England. And some tribes from France also entered England. Okay. These people actually, I will tell you about Old English period that at that time I will clear you out. Now I want to tell you, these two tribal groups from two different countries, German and France, helped the birth of English language. Is that clear? So if you think that English is a language that was born and brought up, I am telling you like a child, it was born and brought up or reared in England. No. It was also created by German and French people. Is that clear? Especially the tribal group. Okay. Do you, there is a similarity between Bengali or Indian language and German language. If you tell in German, in German language, you say, may I go to toilet? You have to say, darf ich auf die Toilette gehen? That is how there is a similarity between Indian language and German language. And there is a similarity between German and Sanskrit. Same. Both of them. Now, another thing I want to tell you, du bist ein Mann. Du means you. Bist, B-I-S-T, bist, are, you are. Ein means ein, zwei, drei. German language, 1, 2, 3. Du bist ein Mann. Man means man. You are a man. Du, you. base are ein, one, a, man means man. Is that clear? There is similarity between German and Indian languages. So, but English, if you come to English language, it is a little different from that of the Indian languages. Is that clear? So, if you speak in Bengali, you say Ami Bhat Khai. You are saying Ami Bhat Khai. But in English, what will you write? Ami Khai. First, after subject, you need to use verb. Then object. I eat rice. Clear? Similarly, if you go to another sentence, like when you speak Bengali, no, you feel as if this Bengali language is somewhat different from English. English language is a language of the heroes or the, great people. Yes, of course. And you can say English is a language of warriors or, great men. Is that clear? How? In Bengali, if I say, Amar paye kata phute geche, it seems as if someone did it. Amar paye kata phute geche, it means someone is responsible for what has happened to me. Isn't it? I am blaming someone. Through my sentence, Amar paye kata phute geche. But if you make it in English, I stepped on the throne. I stepped on the thorn. It means, Ami pa diyechi, I stepped on the thorn. That's why it pricked or it entered. Isn't it? You get it? Now, this is English language. I have told you, I will tell you at length when I teach phonetics. Okay? During our phonetics class, I will tell you about the origin and everything, sound and all. But in this class today, you only getting the answers to certain questions. And I am giving you 2 or 3 sentences just to make you what we are going to read and the answers to the questions that are written on the board. Okay? The English East India Company entered India with permission from British Parliament. They have passed a law, allowed them to come to India. They came as English East India Company. That was a trading company. They came for trade, right? They did business in India and they benefited. Why will you do business if you don't benefit? Can you run your business if you don't benefit? Isn't it? They benefited from business in India because they needed spices and different other things, and they took them from India and took those products with them and gave them to their countrymen. Isn't it? That's how the business went on for a longer period of time. And besides, India is always described as Sone ka chiriya. It was a very good place for business because you got a lot of things. Even in India, during Corona, what do you think? How did India help? Can you tell me? The whole world got helped by India. Indian vaccines reached every nook and corner of the world, isn't it? They got, half the world got Corona vaccine free of cost. Right or not? So India is a very good place. Even we help the whole world. Agree, if you look at the, Indian agriculture, the development, India can feed the whole world. So India is not afraid of any country. We are already, now we are, what is the rank of India in the world? We are now world's 5th largest economy, 4th or 3rd. You people have to, sit for competitive exam. We are now 3rd largest economy or 4th. What is the rank of India? I think 4th, no? Not 3rd. 3rd, very good. See, we need to be proud. Now, so English language was born. The British East India Company, when you go to a country, Shovik, if you go to a country, what do? Don't you represent India? That part of the world will see you as a representative of India, because you represent, when you go to that country, you represent Indian culture, Indian society, behavior, manner, courtesy, and everything. If you are working there, India is working in that country, isn't it? Like similarly, the British trading, the people, the traders or the businessmen who entered India were traders. And these traders, when they walked on the soil of India, they represented a different culture altogether. Though with them came their culture, language, and religion, isn't it? Everything that we are going to learn today. And these people walked the soil of India in 1600 and taught us Indian language. Indian language. Did they do it? I'm just confusing you. No, they taught us which language? Their language, English. Sometimes I will always be, saying things like that just to draw your attention towards me and just to right wrong. Okay. They taught us their language. We learned their language. First thing. Second, Christian missionaries, those who spread religion, Christianity in India, also came with them. If they came to India from a country like Great Britain or England, they also brought doctors with them. If they came to a country, unknown land, they also brought lawyers with them. They also brought religious men, it means some wise men with them, just to advise them what to do and what not to do. And in those days, the people used to come by sea, isn't it? Journey by sea is not a very easy thing. You don't know. Because some members of my family worked in ship and they shared their feelings with me. Sometimes they told things you cannot imagine. Their experience. Sometimes it seemed to them as if the ship they were in will sink into the water. They will lose their life. Okay, now I'm not going to drag it. See, so English language spread in India due to presence of certain factors. What are these? The missionaries. Can you name any missionary? Any? William Carey. Very good. Hey, where did he set up school? Where from did he operate? Is it Srirampur? Where is it? Where did he do his activities? And what did William Carey do? Can you tell me? What did he set up? What? He translated Bible into Indian languages. Not only one Indian language, many Indian languages. Several Indian languages. Very good girl. You also. Carry on.
And also spread grammar books and other.
Translated grammar, but if I tell you about the translation of grammar, it was done by Halhed, no? Brassey. Yeah? Traveling, Halhed. Okay, isn't it? Brassey, I think that fellow's name is Brassey. Okay, fine. Say, what do you have to say about how India benefited the day before yesterday's class? Isn't it? You were present. Naturally, I should ask one question at least. Okay. What was the another factor you just apart from the one she said you can give? How did English language spread in India? Apart from that factor, that missionaries. Okay. What is another thing? You just seen who? Orientalist, Anglicist.
Anglicist, media, newspapers.
Yes, you are good, very good. Okay, fine. Tell me about who are Orientalists. Oito in English, Oito is not there. Okay, fine. Orientalists, actually, they were doing research. Okay, they were studying Indian languages. And they researched, isn't it? And then they supported the what?
Sanskrit, Farsi and
They wanted Indians to learn or take education through
English.
Oriental, through Indian languages like Persian, Sanskrit, Arabic. Very good. Sit. Should I ask you a question? Hello. Should I ask you? Okay. Press. What role did press play? Press. Yes. You know press. What is press? Can you tell me?
Yes.
Press is regarded as another what? Column of democracy, isn't it? Press. Without press, you cannot share your feelings. You cannot make, isn't it, your problems known to the world. Suppose I'm telling you, say, press. What kind of role does play? Can you tell me? Yes. Suppose the area where you live, clear, has plunged into load shedding. It is dark. You have written more than 100 letters to the local authorities. It means chairman of the municipalities or some other important people. Nothing is done. People find it difficult to use the roads at night. The old people cannot go out of doors. The dacoits, the thieves take advantage of darkness. A lot of people have lost a lot of things. Many robberies have taken place in many areas, isn't it? So, when you are fed up with all this, when nobody is listening to your prayers or prayers, what will you do? You have to write a letter to the editor of the newspaper, isn't it? Through the columns of your Steam Daily, to the editor of the Times of India, subject, prayer for repair of electric bulbs or restoring electric connections to our area, isn't it? Then you are writing through the columns of the Steam Daily, I venture to voice my views about necessity of electricity in our area. Our area is experiencing this or that situation. A lot of people have lost a lot of things, and even the old people have broken their legs, isn't it, while walking at night. So it is very difficult to use the roads at night. Please do something. I'll be grateful to you if my letter is published in your Steam Daily or in your newspaper to take appropriate action against it, or to raise your voice, isn't it? Or to create strong public opinion against it. What is this? Why have I said this letter? Why? Because media plays an important role, even today. And in those days, when it came to spreading English language, when a lot of articles were published in the newspaper, when the people understood what was English, when English began to be taught in missionary schools and in the schools set up by Europeans, these schools actually benefited the growth of English language. And it created actually a section, a generation of Indians who could read and write in English. And those people who learned English, they started newspapers. Isn't it? Like, can you name at least one European who started? Hickey's, you know Hickey's? What journal? Hickey, don't you know? Anybody? Who was Hickey? He actually started English newspaper. Though he was British, but you know what he did? He raised some issues that actually hurt the sentiments of the British, and British stopped him. Whenever you go against the interest of the ruling class, you will be prevented. So don't try to do injustice to the ruling class. Okay, fine. That's how English language spread. Another place played an important role. Missionaries played an important role. Then media means today the electronic media, press, missionaries, and then this East India Company. Okay, how did East India Company benefit? Hello, show me. How did East India Company benefit the growth of English language and English literature in India? Because the businessmen who came to India, they actually what? Consisted of?
They take their education culture with them and spread this into
Yes, they brought their culture, education, and they spread this among Indians. And they also had some people who we know as Orientalists, Anglicists, and these people also stopped in favor of the spread of education. But Orientalists actually indirectly benefited the growth of English language in India, and Anglicists contributed to the direct development of English language in India. Is that clear? Have I been able to clear your doubt of the point? Another point you can raise. What are the other points? Beginning of English language with the coming of the British in India, East India Company developed. Another important, very important point. Anybody? Any point? Can't you remember? Can't you remember another feature? Feature means characteristics, isn't it? What is another feature? Christian missionaries coming off the East India Company, then press, isn't it? Then you look for on your own. Media, I have told you already. Then another very important newspaper, I have already discussed. Education was imparted through English language in India because Anglices wanted English language to be used to give Indian education, isn't it? Okay, fine then. Okay, we have already discussed, okay, and now we should also look for some points on our own, isn't it? Okay, first look at the first question. I have given you idea about this chapter. Any problem? Do you have any problem? You? Okay, fine. Now tell me, discuss the features of the British colonial period, that is 1830. British colonial period 1830, what happened during that period? British colonial, India was under British rule. We were a colony. Why? Because they colonized us. When you are a colony under a foreign country, what will you do? You need to think according to how they want you to think. Can you do anything without being instructed? Who are under we are a colony of the British, because they already defeated Sirajud-Dowlah in the Battle of Plassey. When? In 1757, and defeated him. And then Battle of Buxar, when was it fought?
1764.
1764. After the defeats of our kings or of our rulers in these two different battles, who took control of Bangla, Bihar and Odisha? English. They strengthened the ground under their feet. The ground under their feet would have slipped if they had they been defeated in those two battles. But as they won the battle, naturally they felt free to rule the country, isn't it? Am I right or not? Then they started everything on their own. We already became a colony. They told us, hey, do this. If you don't do this, you will be punished. You will put behind bars. And for fear of losing something, they always believe in fear of being either killed or punished, isn't it? If you are under the rule of a country, a foreign country, you know what is the life. And my dad was a freedom fighter. He told me what happened. British, they were afraid, like they were different people. They did not know what is fear. One Englishman equals to thousands. They did not know what is fear. And I am telling you another thing. Do you know the reason? Do you know, hello, do you know the reason why British ruled the world? It was called British Empire. Do you know why? The first reason is they did not know what is fear. They did not know what is fear. This is the only point. This is why they entered Africa. South Africa was under their control. Do you know? There were many other colonies they made. They colonized Namibia. Okay. Then Kenya. Many African countries, and Africans are as tall as, like they were at least 7 foot, say 7 feet, 6 feet, and they looked like giants. And these people, they were not afraid. Maybe it was a British who was as tall as 5 feet or not more than that, isn't it? He was not afraid. Why? It was because they had strength in their mind. They had, so you should have. I'm telling you, if you want to do well in your honors paper, if you want to come out first, if you want to get first class, destroy yourself. Destroy yourself. I'm not saying destroy yourself. Destroy yourself to be what you want to be. Sometimes, how can we destroy ourselves? Can you tell me? Am I telling you to destroy yourself? No, I am not telling you to destroy yourself. I am telling you to destroy the person who is doing you wrong. Like, if you look at Bhagavad Gita, Lobh, Kam, Krodh, Moh, Moh, Matsarya. We make mistakes. Our parents tell us, don't do that, don't do this. But in spite of knowing what is right and what is wrong, we do what is incorrect. We do what we should not do. Is it good? Is it what our keep? Is it what that can keep our parents happy? If we do this, can our parents be happy? So our parents want us to change into the man they want you to be. They dream big because they have financed your education. They didn't think twice before helping you. They told you, do whatever you feel free. You do whatever you want. You feel free to do whatever you want. I'm not playing with your life. Now you can make your own decisions. But what you need to do is, what the teacher teach you inside the class will shape your tomorrow. Listen to the teachers. Carry out his orders. And destroy yourself. Destroy yourself means that version of yourself which is doing you harm. Which is not allowing you to follow the instructions of your teachers, all elders, and even your parents. You destroy that version of yourself to be the version which is beneficial for the world, for your existence, for your tomorrow. Tomorrow means for future. If you do what is good for you from today, if you made up your mind to do what is good for you, understood for future, I'm sure that you have already changed into a different person. And as you all know, charity begins at home. So, change the way you think about life. Change the way you think about everything. The moment you have decided to change the way you think, you have already turned into a different person. So, if it involves studying hard, burning midnight oil, please do it. Don't hesitate. You can do what is good for you. You can be the person you want to be. And don't go outside to look for your enemies. There are hundreds of enemies inside us. According to Bhagavad Gita, love, calm, krodh, moh, moh, matsarya. If I have written, I write poems, in Facebook I write poems. If you see, you can see. If you send me, you will get the request and you will read all my poems. Don't look for enemies. Don't look for pain in the words said by others. As we have already learned English language, we are living in modern India, as English is spoken as official language in India, as all the states in India depend on English language for communication, isn't it? So without English we cannot imagine our existence in India. So naturally I should tell you everything I want in English only. And this is why I am saying, the enemies inside us are lobh, krodh, kam, moh, moh, matsarya. If you defeat these enemies, if you want to defeat these enemies, you have to change, destroy yourself. And through the destruction of your bad version, you will change into a different person. Into the person your father, mother dream of. Into the person you dream of. Into the person your family dream of. Into the person your nearest and dearest dream of. Because our nearest and dearest ones are those who always think good of us. They want us to be good, isn't it? That's why they are called nearest and dearest ones. Am I right or not? So if you discuss the features of the British colonial period, what are the features? India was under British rule. Number one, we could not make our own decisions. Number two, another feature, British rule, British government, education system, right? Another feature, you make this on your own. Change your mind, because everything is in your mind. Another feature, what do you think? The features of the British colonial period, What are the features? The presence of the missionaries in our country. Another thing. Another thing. Everything was what? We even the air that we breathe in needed permission, isn't it? Everything we were under complete control of the British rule. I must request, it's my duty to at least request you for features. Will you please look for the features? Will you please do it? Okay, fine. Now, this one. Explain the development of Indian English language during 1600 to 1813. I have already told you. The answer is already there. Okay. Now, discuss the contributions of the Christian missionaries to English literature. How do you think Christian missionaries contributed to the development of English language? You tell me. Christian missionaries, how? How did the Christian missionaries contributed to the development of English literature and language? One girl can answer. I must not make her stand. Yes, sit. You. You are afraid. Sit. You. At least few words. How do you? Christian missionaries, very easy, no? Very easy. In contributions of Christian missionaries. William Carey was a Christian missionary. What did he do?
They published books
He translated Bible into
several languages.
several Indian languages. Okay, fine. Then
Encouraged English बोलते बड़े.
encouraged. Yes. Teaching of English. Okay, fine. What do you mean by bolte badi? Yes. Another thing. They brought with them printing press, no? Huh? Yeah, I'm telling you. See. Think of the time. Think of the time when books were not published. Handwritten books. If you write a book in those days, I'm telling you. So, if we did not have books, suppose you don't have books, you go to college, but you don't know what books to read. What will happen? Is education possible without books? But in those days, manuscripts were used and the people had to make it. And naturally, it was a costly thing, isn't it? So, as soon as the Christian missionaries entered our country, they brought with them printing press. And what did they do with printing press? They printed many books. Books were available. When there is availability of books, education was very easy to gather, isn't it? So what a great work they did. Now the students can go to the universities, colleges and schools with books in their hands. Now they can read Western what? They can take culture and then they can read books of the European countries, isn't it? Of the West. Then philosophy, they can know about Western philosophy. Then they can know about democracy. They have learned about French Revolution, right? And how did these things help Indians? To think for themselves. Indians actually, the presence of British in India changed the way Indians thought. European education, knowledge of science, knowledge of technology, knowledge of history, knowledge of politics, knowledge of philosophy, knowledge of psychology, knowledge of what? Western culture contributed to the all-round development of India. Now, Indians understood about rights, democratic rights, about what? Necessity of asking for right to equality, right to freedom of speech. In those days, people did not feel free to speak. If you speak against the British rule, you would be sent to jail. The people, when they came to know about their rights, their democratic rights, right to life, equality. Then they fought for these rights. How did the Indians fight for the rights? They wrote in the newspaper, give us the right to think freely, give us the right to use this territory, give back our land. You know, English, do you know, they not only looted our country, they looted the forest of India. They took the tribal people who used to live in the villages or tribal areas in the forest. They took them out of those forests, then they cut down the trees, then they took the trees to their country because the rail lines were being laid in England. And they looted our mineral resources. How did they loot? They have already told those who lived in Jharkhand, Bacheli in Madhya Pradesh, okay, to leave that Bokaro, these places. They told them to leave these areas. We need these areas. Why? Because mineral resources have to be taken out. They took out those mineral resources and exported them to their country, took them to their country, free of cost. That is the advantage of the ruling class. They can do whatever they want. They looted our country. They looted our country in the name of good governance. But we forgave them. We were good. Indians were good, we forgave them. You do whatever you want because you are our rulers. You feel free to do whatever you want. Even if you play with our lives, no problem. Do you understand what I am telling you? So, is that point very clear now? You got? Got? So, education was very important for the enlightenment of India. If the Indians did not get the Western education through English, they would not have brought about change in their life. They would not have been able to fight for their independence. So, and the writers, the 19th century writers was the product of this period, isn't it? What? 1813. The Christian missionary worked very hard from 1600 to 1813. As a result, the writers were born. I told you a section of new Indians who could write and speak in English. They contributed to the development of newspapers, to the development of literature, to the development of knowledge in Indian language. They contributed to the all-round development of Indian English and Indian English literature. Can you give us some names of those who contributed to the development of Indian English literature? Torudar, then Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, then Dirozio, Michael Madhusudan Datta, even modern man of India, Raja Ram Mohan Ray, why are you? Then Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, isn't it? They contributed to the development. And the later period, Aurobindo Ghosh, oh my God, you can't imagine. His English even you cannot read now. Maybe you are an honor student. You cannot read Aurobindo. Very difficult. You should have good command over English language. If you want to read Rishi Aurobindo, he was called Rishi. So what he wrote, you cannot imagine. You cannot imagine how powerful he was. Ashutosh Mukherjee. Then his son was Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. He became the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University, right? At the age of 33. Right? These people did something. You are not valued. It is your word that is valued. Even if you are very beautiful to see, but our faces age with time. But our soul, our work, our contribution, our good work done to benefit the society is always new. And if you live in the good deeds that you do. You live in the good work that you do. If APJ Abdul Kalam is remembered all over the world today, it's not because of who he was. It was because of what he did. It is because of what he did for his country, his motherland. That's why he's still called the missile man of India. But do you think that man gifted us missile, nuclear weapon, and this is why this man is bad? No, we Indians are non-violent. We have this what? For protection, for our safety, security. We have as many as 150 crore Indians living in our country. India sleeps well today. Why? Who guaranteed our sound sleep at night? It was because of those great men who came, who are part and parcel of our life. If you sleep well, if you have slept well last night, it was only because of the fact that those men contributed to the sound sleep in your lives, isn't it? So, my dear children, you have to change the way you think. The language that you speak, the language that you write should be different. And that is how you can get first class. Do you see how I speak English? Is there any difference between you here somewhere? I must not belittle, I am not ready to belittle anyone, but I am telling you, you feel it. It's a language, you feel it before speaking. The moment you feel, you will automatically learn to learn. Is that clear? So, we got the answer to this question. I must not, make it pretty lengthy. Should I? No. And then come to question number 4. Explain the role of printing press in the development of English education in India. It is very easy, no? Okay, you tell, you start, because you are a very good. Okay. Then I will ask you this question. Second, printing press, role of printing press in English language. You first, and then I'll tell show me. Stand up.
Printing press.
Yeah.
Printed books for students that reads the missionaries.
Okay.
And spread English education. And printing press also released newspaper and also translated many books to others language.
You are saying, see, are not you getting over some problems? Right? When you are speaking another language. Because, see, actually, the problem with us is, if we speak English, we think that, oh my God, it's not my mother tongue, why am I speaking it? But don't forget that you are English grammar student, isn't it? So you should speak it. Just, you can defeat your fear. You can get over your fear. Isn't it? Sometimes you need to get over your hesitation. If you have problems, it is because of your hesitation. You are very good girl. If I tell you to write the answer to this question, you will write it. You will have no problem. But the problem with you is that you hesitate to speak. Once you get over your hesitation, everything will be okay. Say, you, I must ask you, because you are smart girl. Okay, come on, answer. Come on. What is the role played by printing press in the development of English language in India and in Indian English?
Print many books, print many newspaper.
Free of cost, তারপর হচ্ছে. Okay, fine. Say. Very good. You are really very good. Sit. You. Yes, printing press. Printing press helped us to publish many books. Isn't it? We got many books. Understood? Books were available only because of the presence of printing press in that time of British, isn't it? You. आपको तो बोलना ही पड़ेगा. मैं तो आपको छोड़ूंगा नहीं. बोलना ही होगा. चलिए बोलिए. बिना डरे बोलिए भाई. Printing press, what did it do? We use printing press to publish books, isn't it? It helped. Right? We printed all the books. Not only, see, what was his name? William Carey. What did he do? He translated what? He brought Bible with him. Then he found, he studied Indian language. Then he studied Bengali, Hindi, Malayalam, Gujarati, Marwari, and Punjabi and Oriya. Then he decided, my God, I have to translate these books. Because what was the aim of, what was the reason, what was the intention behind the printing or publication of Bible? Do you know? intention was to make a group of Christian people in India, to spread Christianity. If the people do not know about the religious book of that particular religion, they are trying to preach Christianity among Indians. But Indians can take only when they know about the holy books they have with them. So when they translated the Bible into Indian languages, be it Bengali, Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Odia, Punjabi, people came to know about who Jesus was, what Jesus did. The finest thing I have got about Jesus is when Jesus was being crucified, that scene. When Jesus was being crucified, the people brought with them hammers and nails. They were hammering those nails into legs, hands on the cross. And what did Jesus say? Do you know? God forgive them. God forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing. You forgive them. That is the greatness. There lies the greatness of Jesus. And that is how he became Bhagavan, God, overnight. That is how Christianity spread all over the world. Am I right? So when you do something novel, your work is recognized. You become popular overnight. Like Arijit. Good singer. Does he think of who he is? Whenever he go to the local bazaar, one day when I was just surfing the net, it happened with me. Whenever I see great men walking on the road, I see how they walk on, whether they are proud of who they are or something. Arijit going to the bazaar without knowing whether he is Arijit or not. Taking the bag, okay, he is going. He is going to the market with the bag in his right hand and talking to the local people as if he doesn't exist in the society, is not a man of repute. And that is how he teaches us, these great men, the presence of these great men in our life teaches us that even if you have something great, if you have some good qualities, do not make much of it. Don't boast of them. Everything that you have, if you have good knowledge of English language, don't try to pretend that I have this, that. That is how you prevent yourself from excelling in that field. If you want to excel, do not give importance. Sooner or later we all have to go. Sooner or later we all have to go. We are here for a short span of time. So why should we take pride in something that I have gathered? It is material thing. It will go with us. So think of using it to do good to the people around you. Do things that keep you memorable. Understood? That keep you live in the hearts of people. Understood? Now I want you to come to question number. This answer is already okay. Everybody can write. No problem, no? Okay, fine. Come to question number 5. What is the question? You read smartly. Read it. What is the question? Compare the views of Orientalist and Anglist. Very easy, no? And who is going to answer this question? Compare the views. Actually, Anglicists wanted Indians to.
Just English.
Anglicists wanted Indians to gather education through the use of only English language.
That's sweet.
Anglicists wanted English to be the medium of knowledge or instructions, right? And Orientalists wanted education to be imparted through the use of Indian languages. They wanted Indian languages to. They wanted Indian languages to teach the Indians. Understood? They wanted Indian languages to be the medium of instruction, to be the medium of knowledge. Isn't it? That is very easy, simple, isn't it? Okay, can you name some Orientalists? Holbrook. William Jones, Holbrook. Trevelyan. Bessie. Okay, fine. Say. You know, that fellow translated Bengali grammar into English. English grammar. He first made English grammar into Bengali language. Translated, sorry. Okay, fine. Then come to this question. What is this question? What English is okay. Now this one. What is the last question?
Discuss the
contributions of
Sir William Jones and William Carey to the development of Indian language,
Yeah.
language and literature.
First of all, tell me who was William Jones? Anybody? Can anybody tell me who was William Jones?
William Jones, the lawyer of Indian
Very good girl.
court, and he established
Acha, who set up Asiatic Society?
William Jones.
William Jones. When? 1784. Yes. Okay, fine. Good girl. I'm telling you, even if it becomes, see, always don't think like, are you a student of history? English honors. That is not as important as you are thinking. Okay. When you are saying this fellow did that, he set up Asiatic Society, that is a very good answer. Is that? You are saying 1784, whether it is 1784 or 1784, don't think about that. Okay, read once, twice, thrice, everything will be, your doubt will be clear. Okay, William Jones, William Carey, he was a missionary, you know, and what did he do? Printed books, understood, all the Indian books, European books, and he made the books available for the students who are going to college, university, schools, isn't it? That's how his contribution cannot be forgotten by everybody, isn't it? With this, I come to the end of this class. If you think that you benefited from my class on Indian, English, and on Indian English literature, please don't hesitate to give me at least one like, isn't it? Then that's all today. Okay. You come here, Sujita. You are very good. Hey, you. Sit. You are very smart. You. Do it. End the class. End it.